All right, let's dive into something that, let's be honest, can feel super awkward for a lot of us, asking for help. But here's the thing, it's one of the most important communication skills you can have, and today we are going to get really good at it. So have you ever been there? You're stuck, you really need a hand, but for some reason you just can't ask. Maybe you thought you'd be a bother, or you were worried about looking like you didn't know what you were doing. Totally normal. That feeling is real, but it's something we can absolutely work through.
So let's just get this out of the way right now. Asking for help is not, I repeat, not a sign of weakness. Think of it more like a superpower. It's a skill, and just like any other skill, it's something you can learn, practice, and totally master. And that's exactly what we're here to do.
Okay, so to really see how this works, let's jump into a scenario that I think most of us can probably relate to. We're going to head into an office to see how asking for help the right way can make all the difference. So picture this. An employee, let's call him Tony, is talking to his boss. He gets right to it and lays out the problem. The fact is, we're understaffed. Now notice what he's doing here. He isn't just complaining, he's actually diagnosing a bigger issue that's affecting the whole team. And there it is. The no. The boss hits him with the classic pushback. The timing is just not right. It's too risky to take on new staff. This is that wall we all hit sometimes, right? Concerns about money, about risk, and for a lot of people, this would be the end of the conversation. But this is where the magic happens. Tony doesn't back down. Instead, he pivots. He comes back with a smaller, smarter solution. What if we hire an intern? She would take some of the weight off my shoulders. Boom! He tweaked his request and spoke directly to his boss's worries. That is a total game changer. So what was the secret sauce here? How did he pull that off? Well, a huge part of it was the exact language he used. So let's break down some of those key phrases, because this is like building a toolkit you can use anytime you're at work. First up, that word understaffed. This is so smart. See, it's not about him or his performance. It's a diagnosis of a bigger problem with the team's capacity. It immediately turns a personal complaint into a strategic conversation. And then he drops this amazing idiom, take some of the weight off my shoulders. You can almost feel that, can't you? It paints such a clear picture. It's not just about work. It's about relieving pressure and making things manageable again. He also used a phrase like, give me a hand. It's just so much more collaborative and friendly than saying, I require assistance. It makes the other person feel like a teammate, not just a resource. And this is the master stroke. By suggesting an intern, he showed he was thinking about how to keep costs down. He's speaking his boss's language. He's not just solving his own problem, he's solving the company's problem. Okay, so we've seen how this plays out at work, but the incredible thing is, these principles are totally universal. Let's zoom out a bit and look at the core rules for asking for help that you can use pretty much anywhere with anyone. You know, it really comes down to this. Context is king. You wouldn't talk to your best friend the same way you talk to a stranger on the street, right? The same idea applies here. For someone you don't know or for a boss, you'll want to be a little more formal. But with friends and family, you can just be casual. Nailing this difference is a huge part of communicating well.
Okay, I know that might feel like a lot to juggle in your head when you're in the moment, but don't worry, we can actually boil it all down into a super simple 4-step guide. Let's walk through how to build the perfect request every single time. Here it is, your cheat sheet. Step 1, always start politely. A simple excuse me works wonders. Step 2, and this is crucial, be clear and specific. Don't make them guess what you need. Step 3 is all about your vibe, your tone of voice, your body language. Be friendly, smile, make eye contact. And finally, step 4, be patient. If someone looks swamped, maybe just wait a minute. It shows you respect their time. We've spent a lot of time on how to ask, but believe it or not, what you do after you ask is just as critical. The follow-through, how you respond with grace, is the final piece of the puzzle. It really all boils down to one simple, powerful thing: gratitude. Seriously, a thank you or I really appreciate it does so much more than you think. It tells the other person you see them, you value their time, and it makes them way more likely to want to help you again down the road. It's a small act with a huge payoff. And this goes for any answer you get. If they say yes, that's easy. A big warm thank you so much is perfect. But what if they say no? This is just as important. A simple thank you for your time anyway is so powerful. It shows you're mature, you're respectful, and it keeps that relationship positive for the future. So, when you boil it all down, what are we really talking about here?
it's not just about getting things done. Learning how to ask for help and how to respond gracefully is really about building stronger, better, more authentic connections with the people around you. So there you have it. You've got the playbook. You have the tools to ask for help with confidence and with grace. So I'll leave you with a little challenge. Who are you going to ask for help this week? And what are you going to try differently?